So, yeah, someone was asking a question, right? So you can show your logos and take your feedbacks accordingly.
Where
Yeah.
I created a logo which I want as a brand name in future, based on my mother's name and my nickname. So it's a simple N,
Okay.
so simplicity.
Okay.
Uh,
So what kind of a brand do you want it to be?
well, actually, I want it to be a kind of a design studio.
Okay. So a fashion design studio.
No, not exactly. An interior design studio.
Okay. And why have you used the color blue here? Any
Uh,
significance of this?
well, actually, my favorite personal color is blue. Also, I
Okay.
feel like blue is a very vibrant color for rooms.
Okay.
I actually wanted to mix two kind of blue colors, but was unable to do so with my skills right now.
Okay. So see, it's a nice try though, I would say. But you could have also made it into a shape of a furniture though. Like you could have tried to make it look like a furniture piece, or maybe you could have used negative and positive spaces between your H and N, and make it look like there's a chair between your H. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So that could have looked even more appealing, right? So,
Okay.
but this is a good try. So it was very simple, but then simplicity is one of the aspect we are studying here.
Thank
So
you.
anyone else you want to show your logos and uh, yes, Madhuri.
Actually, I have made two logos. One
Okay.
is kind of this one, and this one here represents my personality. Uh,
Okay.
the the color brown, I feel like it represents me a lot, and because of that, I have used the color brown. And for
So, yeah,
this one
yeah, you can go ahead.
depicts the boldness in me that resides in me. And for this one, I have taken because I play guitar and I have been like playing for a long time, and I consider myself as to be good in it. So that's why here the six lines are it represents the strings, and here is the bridge of the guitar.
Okay. So, this represent you and what kind of a brand you want it to be? Like, what are you specifically designing it for your Instagram channel or for a brand or what?
Actually, for the second one, I wanted it to be like for my Instagram.
Okay.
Then for the second one, I wanted it to be for a design studio, for interior designing studio, and for furniture designing.
Okay. So, yeah, I like those concepts, the way you presented that guitar thing there. But it could have been a little, you could have used some curves there to show actually a shape of a guitar or something, so that it's like more clear when you look at it. So presently, it's something that you will have to explain somebody that what is it exactly, what is this. So you don't have to specifically explain what is the purpose of this logo, right? So you could have made if you're good at guitar and you want it for Instagram, so you could have added a shape of a guitar and using positive and negative spaces, or maybe using two different colors together, right? Or like the way we see the use of shapes here in Swiggy logo, so how they have inscribed that S with this, right?
That location mark.
You could have done it that way as well. You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
भैया
हाँ जी.
हमें ये जो लोगो बनाने हैं वो जिम के लिए बनाने हैं या फिर किसी भी चीज के लिए?
जिम के लिए भी बनाना था, पर अभी जो मैंने दूसरा एक्सरसाइज दिया था दैट इज फॉर योर own personal brand or your Instagram page or YouTube channel or whatever you want to. So which basically shows your personality. Like if you are a brand in yourself, maybe it's about your name or someone other's names, anything it can be. So you can make it for that.
ओके ओके, वो मैंने सुना नहीं, शायद वो बीच में डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था।
Okay, no problem.
वैसे मैंने
तो
जिम के ऊपर ही 2 और ट्राई करे हैं।
अच्छा,
कौन से?
yes,
एक
it's visible now.
तो ये वाला जिसके अंदर यहाँ पे एक ये प्रोटीन शेक है, और यहाँ पे
Yeah.
इसके साथ में आप देख सकते हो ऐसे ये ओवरऑल एक इंसान की टाइप की सी फोटो लग रही है, ठीक है। ऊपर से ये दिखा रहा है कि जो प्रोटीन है ये
Yeah.
आपके मसल बिल्डिंग में, आपको रिकवरी में हेल्प वगैरह करेगा, इस टाइप से।
Okay.
एक तो ये है, और दूसरा एक ये बनाया है जिसके अंदर एक हेक्सागन है, मतलब हेक्सागन एक थोड़ा सा क्या नाम है उसको, स्टेबिलिटी को शो करता है। दूसरा इसके अंदर
Okay.
एक तो ये थंडर का साइन है जो कि इसके नेगेटिव स्पेस में जा रहा है, और नीचे एक
Okay.
ट्रायंगल है। तो ये जो थंडर है, इट आल्सो सीम्स लाइक अ एरो एंड इट इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग ग्रोथ एंड एजिलिटी। और जो
Okay.
ट्रायंगल है, वैसे इसका इतना ज़्यादा कोई सिग्निफिकेंस था नहीं, लेकिन फिर भी आप ये समझ सकते हो कि जैसे एक ट्रायंगल होता है, शेप्स आल्सो हैव सम इमोशंस, राइट? So this
Yeah.
triangle is representing a aggression, a feel of power inside the gym, because we um, work out with some aggression sort of thing.
Okay. So yeah, this hexagon logo is a different concept, but then it's too much of too much of shapes, and you have to explain it to people. Like if I show this logo to you, will you be able to figure out that it's for a gym?
Right.
Not very easily, right? You have to
Right.
actually think about what is that, and then you have to explain, then only you will get to know exactly what it is. So but the one on the top with the protein shake looks quite nice. You could have done one thing, that inside that protein shake glass you could have inscribed your hand, one hand only, as a negative space inside the glass, or the glass inside the hand as a negative space, you know.
Okay.
So these positive negative spaces play a very important role when you talk about logos, because if you see logos with when they're not using font, if they're only using visuals, they use this positive and negative a lot. So try to play with positive and negative more, and you can make other things as well. So yeah, Ananya, you are sharing a logo, right?
Yes, I have made this for YouTube channel.
Okay, so it says AJK, which is I believe your initials.
Yes.
And it shows a YouTube play button with a pause button, right?
Yes, from pause to play means growth. Matlab going
Okay.
to.
Yeah, it's a nice attempt, I would say. You could have made these things into like more 3D structures, because they look like simple lines as of now. So you can make it more 3D, and the font can be different. But yeah, it's nice overall. Harshita Rana, yes.
I've made this for my Instagram page. It's called Hope World.
Okay. So
It's
basically,
simple.
for what it stands for, like Hope World.
It's mostly for helping depressed people.
Okay, so it's like a.
It's like a word, like we have made a word and we are holding it together.
Okay. And the
And
people,
this purple heart is the signature of that group page. With that olive leaves.
Okay. So first of all, it looks very simple, because similar logos we have seen for a lot of things with 2 hands and a globe. So excluding this, you could have shown instead of a globe, you could have made a shape of a mind or something, which shows more of mental health and the things you are saying specifically. And then including that text in the between of that logo, you could have used some different font over there, or maybe that text can be other than logo, right? The logo can be a different visual and the text can be put across that logo, not in between that. So that was quite a, I would say, a very common approach to that. You can make some, you can actually like, that is why we were learning about ideation earlier than this, because ideation helps you a lot to get into more details, you know, because you do, when I ask you to draw a logo, you will make certain things. But when I teach you about ideation and what all techniques can you use to come up with new ideas, then you can actually write things, you can you know, explore into different territories, and you can get into new ideas. So yeah, so anyone else is willing to show a logo, or else we'll move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I
Can you
visible?
tilt it a little? I cannot see it nicely.
Is it all right now? Yeah.
Yeah, now I can.
So basically, this is for my Instagram page where I upload dance covers as well as my artworks. So
Okay.
this is sort of a paint bottle,
Okay.
and inside it there is a ballerina which is dancing.
Okay.
And below it is simply written art by Shalika, which is my name. And
Okay.
on top of A there is a ballerina, and in place of L there is a paintbrush.
Okay. So the font is a part of your logo, or the visual is a logo only?
So I was a bit confused whether to make it a single logo or to separate these two, but yeah.
Okay, so I would suggest that the visual itself looks like a logo, so the font can be a different thing. But yeah, it's a nice concept that you have placed, and I have a suggestion for this, that instead of the paint bottle and inside that your ballerina, you can also make you know, you can make a paintbrush palette, and your ballerina dancing on the palette, like if it is a stage or something, you know, that could have been an
भैया
idea.
मैंने ये बनाया.
Yes.
हेलो.
Yeah.
मैंने ये इंस्टाग्राम का लोगो बनाया है, और ये आई इंडिकेट कर रहा है इंस्टा को, और ये जो जो पैलेट है वो ग्राम को शो कर रहा है. और क्योंकि मेरा पेंटिंग टैब है, तो फिर मैं वो पेंटिंग पैलेट वगैरह को शो कर रहा हूं.
Okay, so it shows Instagram, but it doesn't shows what is your name, or what is your page's name on Instagram. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, I think it can be something more related to your own name, right? Your name on Instagram or what you do. So it only shows art and Instagram. So instead of IG, you could have your name initials or something like that. That would have been a better idea. Yes. Mayuki, you're showing your logo, right?
Yes, sir. So I'm into sports and fitness. So I made this love, and L I've made it as a bicep, and also I've made bars with weights.
Okay, so it shows exercise or fitness is your love.
Yes.
Okay, so the visuals are nice, but for OVE you could have used some other font, and also it can be smaller in size. You know, it's too much horizontal. It can be a little like the proportions are distorted, but it looks nice. You just make it into good proportions and use a different font, and then it'll be a good logo.
I think Prajwal, we could move now ahead. Yes. So you can share your work in my number. You can WhatsApp me. So then we'll be able to give you feedback, because we have less time, so we have to discuss other thing also. So Prajwal, please, we can move ahead now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So can you see the screen, all of you?
Yes. We have got 20 minutes, Prajwal. 20 minutes we have got.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So we here we have some examples of good and bad designs. So as you can see, the very first example of a good design is for a coffee house, and is a coffee bean inside which a house is inscribed using the positive negative that I just told you about. So you can see how well it is done, and it gives you a complete feel of that coffee house with that aroma flowing out, right?
Right.
So there's a coffee bean, there's this aroma, and then the smog going out, and the house in the mid, and the name is Coffee House. So it completely justifies for what the logo stands. Then the other one is Ferrari, and they've used the symbol horse over here, and horse stands for speed and power. And Ferrari, the Ferrari cars, they stand for speed and power as well. So this is a very clever use of the symbol over here. So when you actually are, they're advertising cars, but they're using a horse as a symbol. So it's a very clever approach towards this use of different kind of visuals and shapes. And then obviously the color they use, yellow and black, which is an almost hit combination for everything. So similarly, you can use things like that. And also we have a Lego's logo over here, which shows you, which is not a very complex logo they've made. They just have written their name, but this font existed. This font didn't existed before Lego, so it's like something very unique for that time. And then it's all rounded, and the use of colors is very much like kids friendly, right? And Lego is a toy brand, so they completely justify for what they stand. So these are all the three. There can be n number of examples for good logos, but these three I found are very cleverly made. Okay, so now we are talking about some bad designs. So bad designs, as in like as you can see, the very first logo is for 2012 London Olympics. Okay, so if you see it carefully, it's written 2012, and inside that 2 it is written London. But that logo doesn't stand out because it's very cluttered. You don't get that it's an Olympics logo. It has no feel of a what you can say, a sport somewhere. So it cannot justify that it's for a sports event, that too an international event, right? There's no use of color, there's no use of good shapes, no proportion. Okay, then below 2 are the logos for University of California. Both of them are for the same this thing, but the first logo is their old logo. I would request you all to please mute yourself, so that when I ask you to speak or you have any question, then you can speak. Yeah, so this University of California, see both the logos. So the one on the left is their previous logo, and the one on the right is their new logo. So the previous logo still looks like a university logo, but then it's too cluttered. They have too many things inside that one logo, right? And when you see the logo on the right, they made it too minimalism. Is too much of minimalism is incorporated, and it does not look like a university logo at all. So some people even compared it to a flush toilet. So that is where you can go wrong with using different colors and shapes. So you can always avoid using shapes that resemble something like a flush toilet. So yeah.
Bhaiya, can you tell me why this coffee house logo is having this gray color? It would be better if they have used a brown color instead.
Yeah, actually, this is not the complete design for a logo. It's just a concept made by some designer. I forgot the name. So it's a concept made by the designer. So it's not colored yet. It's actually an uncolored version of the logo. So it's basically to show you that how they have used the negative and positive space, because it's a very good use of both the things right here. Okay. So I hope you got a gist of how to categorize good and bad logos now. So whenever you see logos now, do give it a look and observe whether you can relate to good and bad. So moving ahead, there's a topic called aesthetics. So I hope you have heard this word earlier, right? So aesthetics basically is a part of philosophy of art. So, and now it has become a part of design ardently. And basically it's about touching all your senses. Okay, so aesthetic can be aesthetically sounding things, aesthetically visually appealing things, beautiful things, and aesthetically feeling things. Okay, so it's very subjective, as I have mentioned here. So subjective means that aesthetics for me can be different, aesthetics for you can be different. Maybe a color combination I like, you might not like. Okay, so that is aesthetic for me, but not for you. So aesthetic is very subjective, but it is a very important part of our design process. So whenever you are designing a logo or say a poster, you have to actually think about whether it is actually the idea can be very good, but if the outcome of that idea is not aesthetically appealing, then there's no use of that idea, right? Because logos and posters are basically used to communicate, and if you are able to communicate nicely, then they are a successful idea, otherwise they are not. So and to communicate, you have to make them visually appealing, which is what we call aesthetics. Okay, so aesthetics just has to do this much only. One example I can give is like you must have noticed that earlier the monitors and the computer screens, they used to be so big in size, right? They were huge, heavy boxes, but people still bought them because people didn't thought about how the design is, but they thought about how they're actually functioning, right? So the main focus was on functionality. But when you buy a laptop or a computer today, you look at how thin it is, or how will it fit my place, or will it look good with my house or not, with my wall or not, will it complement my wall, right? So you think about aesthetics as well automatically. You are thinking about function, but aesthetics comes in automatically. So that is the role of aesthetics, that you have to make things functional but also aesthetically pleasing, then only they are a successful design. Okay, so now we are coming to posters. So yeah, you can see the screen, right, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the basics of a poster design, and I've listed 2 posters over here. So they are movie posters, but you can take any posters for example, right? So the very first thing here is understanding the purpose. So whenever you are designing a poster, if I say you design a poster for say for a plantation campaign, okay, so you have to think about the purpose exactly. You cannot make a pizza in a plantation poster, right? You have to give it a thought, and you have to make plans, you have to keep it green or similar color scheme or something. So you have to understand the purpose, right? That why is this poster being used, or where it has to be used. Then there is understanding of the audience. So you have to understand who all are the people who will see this, whether they belong to the upper class, or they belong to the lower class, or they are educated or they are not, you know, which country they belong to, or what is the purpose, right? Then comes the readability. The font should never be something that you have to actually give in a lot of thought. The font should be something that you can read from a distance. Okay, so the logos have to have logos can have some complex fonts as well, but when it comes to a poster has to have very minimal but very simple fonts. Okay, then we come to the use of visuals. So in the poster on the right in the red color, it is for Sherlock Holmes, and you can see the smoke is forming a figure of a face over there, right? So that is again a use of positive and negative, and the visual, how they've used it. And there's no other visual on the poster, but it looks so attractive even with that one visual, because it's so it actually seems like it has been made with a lot of effort, and a lot of mind has been gone into it. Then we talk about use of shapes. So I've seen this that people use the various shapes at places just to fill spaces, which is not a good idea. Because if you are making a poster, say for a food, for a restaurant, say, and you just use triangles at different places for no purpose, then it is a flop idea. Okay, so you use shapes that actually relate. You can use the silhouettes of some food item, right? Or silhouettes of some utensils or something that relate to food. Then comes the use of color. So color plays a very important role. So like how the Talwar poster here is in the dusty, gloomy gray, because it is for that purpose, right? It doesn't have to be jolly in nature. It has to be very gloomy and sad. So it is showing you that. Then on the other hand, we have Sherlock Holmes with a lot of mystery, you know, a lot of suspense going on, with a deep red and white and black, and not using much of color over here. So this is how it is done. So any one of you, if you have any questions regarding poster designs, you can ask me. or if you don't got any of these points specifically.
भैया जैसे तलवार का पोस्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स है काफी और शेरलॉक होम्स का काफी सिंपल है, तो डिसाइड कैसे करेंगे कि कौन सा वाला बेटर है किस पॉइंट पे?
When you talk about कौन सा वाला better है किस point पे, तो see when we talk about understanding the purpose, they both solve the purpose completely, right?
Okay.
Also, when we talk about using usage of the color, they both solve the purpose again. Then usage of the shapes, they both solve the purpose again. So it's not like comparing them. So I've put them both across here to show that how a simple poster can be effective and how a little complex poster can be effective too, right? So if your poster is simple, because this is a common mentality that people think that if a poster is very much, very complex, then only it can be effective. It is not the fact. You can make simple and effective things at the same time. So that was the reason why I put the Sherlock Holmes poster over here in the presentation. So
Okay.
yeah, I hope you got your answer. Any other question regarding posters? Or else I'll change to the next slide, which is ideally the second last slide of the presentation.
Yes, we can move ahead.
Yeah, so this is an activity for you guys. So it says design a poster on any one of the following, and there are 4 topics given after that. So you can choose one, you can choose 2, or you can make on all of them. It's completely up to you. And you can share them with me or with Vijay sir, and you can get your feedbacks on them. So this is just an exercise that you can do later on, and you can actually, get your feedbacks. You can send it to me, you can send it to Vijay sir, and get your feedbacks. So I hope it was informative enough for you guys.
Yes.
So you can take these topics down and you can make them later on, or take a picture of your screen or whatever you want to.
So,
Yeah.
in the previous slide, in the posters, only the main, the heading or the movie name was in large font. Others were really small. So, is that a good thing or it's a bad thing to have small font?
See, it completely depends on what scale you are making a poster. So specifically talking about movies, you must have seen a lot of movie posters, right? So they generally do not give more highlight for other things. Like they had their a small logo of T-series as well in the corner. Then they have their distributors, and they have a lot of things to state in the film logo, right? In a film poster, sorry. So basically what they show there is just your title of the film and the purpose of the film, right? So because film poster is not to show you who is the music director. The film poster is there to tell you that, okay, this is the film about, this is the story, and then if you find it interesting, you can go and watch the film, right? So are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So film poster is basically for communication. So if they want to communicate an idea, they just show you the name and the idea, right? So because it won't make a difference if you see the who is the actor or who is the music director, if you don't like the concept then. So you just have to like the concept and the name of the film that is being titled over there.
Okay.
You can put up any questions if you want and note down all the topics. So should I move to the next slide?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So this is the last slide, which shows some of the posters that I made. And the middle one is actually a magazine cover. And the rest 2 are posters that I made. And then here I have provided my email ID and my Instagram also. If you want to send your work to me and you want to get any kind of feedback, not only related to posters and logos, but any kind of things in related to art and design, you can ask me. So yeah, this is the end of the presentation. And I hope it was fruitful for you guys.
Where can you share your journey so far about your preparation
Actually, my preparation was a bit different from the rest. Vijay sir will tell you better about it. So I don't know you know or not. Actually, I dropped 2 years after my schooling, and the first year I got cleared. I cleared NIFT, but I couldn't clear NID, so I thought of dropping a year again for NID basically. Then I cleared again NIFT and NID both, but then I was not getting the Ahmedabad campus, so I thought of finally landing up in NIFT Bengaluru. So in between, there are a lot of complex events that happened, but overall, it was a very learning experience at PEHL as well as NIFT. This 1 year, it was very fruitful for me. So one thing I would like to mention over here is like you have to be prepared for college, right? Because when you land in NIFT or NID, you will have to work a lot. So you have to mentally prepare yourself in advance that you are going to land at a very busy environment.
So here, as you have a lot of experience in the preparatory stage, as we can see, 2 years.
Yeah.
So can you give us some guidance about how we must ideally prepare for these exams?
See, basically, it's like about observing and practicing everything. So observe everything around you, whether you see something or you go something or just whatever you do, observe everything. And just keep on practicing things like drawing, which will help you a lot in your competitive exams and everything. And yeah, that is the key only. Whatever you are doing in the coaching classes, you are learning new techniques of drawing, shading, texturing, and everything. Just keep on practicing those things unless you get the real gist of it. Yeah, that is it, I feel.
Okay.
Okay, Prajwal, can you make me the host?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I don't know where to do this.
You just go to this PEHL Dehradun. So there's this icon of video. Okay, just go there.
So
Then
I have
you see a more.
to stop screen sharing before that.
No, just make me host. So it will happen. आपको दिख रहा है PEHL Dehradun का दिख रहा है आपको वहाँ पे? You go to participants.
Yes, sir.
दिखा participants में आप जाओ, PEHL Dehradun है.
Okay, make host. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah.
Sir, I've done that.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, any question you have related to Prajwal, related to maybe yes, I can understand you can be having a lot of questions. Okay, but you can reach out to us anytime, maybe directly to him also, and we are always there to take on your queries and whatever feedback you want. Okay, so again would like to thank Prajwal, thank you so much यार, बहुत अच्छा
thank you sir,
आपने बहुत सारा session लिया. So the basic endeavor of mine was to give you an exposure from the students also beside the faculties. Okay, because learning is a process wherein everyone should contribute. Even at some point you could say, sir, I have something to contribute, so let me share that learning to other people also. That is how in fact designing is learned. Designing is never learned only sitting in a classroom. Okay.
Sir, I would like to add something there.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually it happens a lot of times that if a teacher is teaching something specific in the class, it may happen that you understand something else.
Yes.
And that is also correct, that you understand something else. So you have a different opinion of yourself, and then teacher and student, they actually interact and they get to know different opinions. So it's even more fruitful when you have multiple opinions of same thing.
Yes.
So
yeah. So again, Prajwal, thank you so much यार, बहुत आपने बहुत अच्छा presentation लिया, and in fact I think there was some kind of insight that you all learned. Okay, so in the next series that we have this again workshop, as I shared you initially, I'll just share my screen with you. Just hold a second. I don't know how you. Okay, ये दिख रहा है आपको? Can you see this poster?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is going to be a very important session for all of you. Okay. ये 10 तारीख को एक सेशन मैंने प्लान किया हुआ है, और I already had a consent with Mr. Pankaj Narayan. Okay. Now Mr. Pankaj Narayan is a very learned person. He owns his own furniture studio in Delhi with the name of the Beehive India. आप जाके check भी कर सकते हो. He has been even taken a lot of workshops, conducted a lot of seminars, has contributed to a lot of, in fact इंडिया में ऐसा कोई कॉलेज नहीं होगा जहाँ उन्होंने नहीं पढ़ाया है, including NID. He has been a faculty at NID, and he himself is a alumni of NID, and he did his industrial design from NID from 1993 to 1999. Okay, so I have given him a very important topic, बहुत interesting topic है. Herein हम लोग यहाँ पे बात करेंगे textures के बारे में. How you create a texture in your drawing. Okay, what is the significance of texture? Okay, so अगर आप देखोगे जो theme है यहाँ पे itself says texture automatically tells a story. Okay, and it's all about finishing touch and crowning glory of the excellent drawing and design. Okay, so on 10th, that is on Wednesday, we'll again meet. जो आपके classes चल रहे हैं वो तो चल ही रहा है. Okay, so I am trying to get in more people from the industry. There will be a lot of people coming in the coming days. Okay, बहुत सारे लोग आएंगे अभी हमारे platform में. So my only thing with all of you is that please try to share this seminar or this webinar that we are conducting to a lot of your friends also, because they will also be contributed toward this. Okay, first thing. Second important thing is that have some kind of questions ready before you come for the class. क्योंकि जैसे टेक्सचर्स की हम बात करें, आप लोग सब ड्राइंग करते हो, टेक्सचर करते हो, फ्रूट बनाते हो, आप लोग फर्नीचर बनाते हो, टेक्सचर क्रिएट करने की कोशिश करते हो, क्या प्रॉब्लम आती है, कितना सिग्निफिकेंस है टेक्सचर्स का ड्राइंग के ऊपर, आपको कितना टेक्सचर दिखाना चाहिए. Okay, and I think Prajwal, you can even share this with all of your batchmates also.
Yes, sir.
Because Mr. Pankaj is something very wonderful person, and I have been talking with him for last few months regarding this session. Okay,
yes,
so even I'm trying to get some people from NID on more topics. So I even got in Dr. Ghoshal. Okay, so I'll give. He's the first.
Okay.
Dr. Ghoshal is faculty of Mr. Pankaj Narayan. He was
Okay.
teacher of Mr. Pankaj Narayan, so you can understand how old is he, and so we are trying
Yes,
to
sir.
get in more people. So just try to spread this message to other fellow members of your community also, so that they can get an opportunity to learn with all these sessions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so chalo guys, thank you so much. Right, we again meet. Please keep on giving us feedback. जो बाहर के लोग आते हैं सेशंस में, थोड़ा फीडबैक दो, एंड यू कैन सजेस्ट मी इफ यू वांट सम स्पेसिफिक काइंड ऑफ टॉपिक फॉर द वेबिनार्स, यू कैन लेट मी नो एनी टाइम. राइट, चलो गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच. ओके,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
ओके ओके
Thank you, sir.
ओके,
Thank you, sir.
ओके, बाय.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.